So yeah, my kids know nothing about politics. Before my two youngest moved out, I remember we were watching the news. It was Bay News 9. They were talking about Russia and President Putin. And my son looks over at me and he goes, "Dad, who's Putin?" And my daughter shouts out, "I don't know, but I smell it too." See, it comes around to a fart joke. That's it. All my politics come around to a fart joke. That is it. I got really far behind in politics, and a buddy of mine told me, he said, there's two books you need to read if you want to get caught up with politics. You need to read a book on George Washington and a book on Thomas Jefferson. I messed it up. I read a book on George Jefferson. All I learned is this country crazy, Wheezy. That's all I learned. Fights always break out over politics. I got in an argument with a guy at work, told me that I would never fully understand profiling because a big white corn-fed boy like me could never be profiled. And I took argument with it. I think I could be profiled. Can I? I'll give you a great example. What's your name, ma'am? Nina? Okay, Nina, take a look at everybody at your table. Everybody over here. Everybody over here. We're all just hanging out over here. McCurdy's having a good time, Nina. Just hanging out, having a good time. And somebody farts. Who's getting blamed for that, Nina? You're making really uncomfortable eye contact, Nina. Just say it. Just say it. That's profiling. It's the fat guy, and that's wrong. If I smelt it, I dealt it? Do you smell something right now, Nina? I'm not sure where I was supposed to take that one. It's the big guy. The fat guy in the room always gets blamed for the farts, right? Always gets blamed for. I was on an elevator a while back with 6 other people. 6 small people. And somebody dropped one of those silent but deadly numbers. Somebody drops one on an elevator, you have no hope of escape either, do you? You can lay on the floor, hide in all 4 corners. That thing's like Visa. It's everywhere you want to be. I noticed that everybody in the elevator slid to the opposite side from me. Yeah, looking at me like I was the one that did it. Which I did, but how rude to assume. It's a bad habit. Everybody here's got bad habits. How many people here pee in the shower? Raise your hand, guys. Yeah, I was going to say absolutely. There's nothing wrong with peeing in the shower, right? No, peeing while taking a bath, that's just disgusting. Don't do that. That's gross. My ex-wife didn't like me talking about peeing in the shower. She actually walked in on me one time when I was peeing in the shower. And yeah, I wasn't taking a shower though. I was like arcing it from across the room. She was so mad. I told her though, I said, if you would have knocked on the door, you wouldn't have gotten wet. Kids in gym class weren't fond of me either. I asked that question at one of the oddest shows I ever did. I had to perform at the Lakeland Gun Show. I don't know if anybody here has ever been to the Lakeland Gun Show before. Talk about a show where there's pressure to perform, right? Nobody's throwing tomatoes there. Everybody's walking around with guns, right? And I asked that question, the whole room goes quiet. One guy shouts out, "Peeing in the shower is good for athletes' feet." Like, what kind of shitty HMO is your work pushing? Gun Show was a weird show. Everything about it was really weird. I remember I was walking around the gun show, and comics don't usually pull from the punch. If we think something's funny, we'll talk about it, right? And I'm walking around the gun show, and this guy, he's got a big table full of, he had gunpowder, he had bullets, shotgun shells, things that explode. I noticed that the guy was missing his right hand. Right off the bat, I'm like, I'm gonna buy something off this cat. He knows what not to do, right? This guy's got some information. Then I looked down, he had one of those old-fashioned World War II pineapple grenades sitting on the table. And I reached down to touch it, and he goes, "Don't worry, it's just a dummy." I'm like, "Are you sure this time?" That last one kind of snuck the hell up on you, didn't it? It's got a bite to it. You guys have been a wonderful audience. You got some more great show coming up. Seriously, yeah. I'm going to leave you with this. I realized that, not my humor's not for everybody. I realized that typically it's people my age and up. A lot of younger kids don't get me anymore. So, because the kids are always offended by absolutely everything. And I realized it last Christmas. My son told me, he goes, Dad, I want a Carhartt jacket for Christmas. The only place I could find that sold Carhartt jackets was a place called Tractor Supply. I've never been there before. You been to Tractor Supply? Big fan, are you? Big fan, redneck? Good for you. So I go into Tractor Supply and I go to purchase this jacket. The girl behind the counter, she's probably, 18, 19 years old. She rings up my jacket. She goes, good news. She goes, with this purchase, you're eligible for a $10 rebate with your receipt, and you're eligible to get a free baby chicken or a free baby duck. Wait a minute. You're telling me I'm getting money for nothing and the chicks for free?